Today I'm going to go over 3 things you need to do to unlock your ankles. Hockey players spend way too much time in their skates, and so their ankles get weak and they get stiff. So all we need today, we need some type of ball. It could be a tennis ball, a cross ball. I have a yoga kind of ball here, and I got my trusty travel roller. The other things we're going to need is something to elevate our foot up onto. First thing we want to do is we want to grab that ball, put it on the ground, and we want to roll the bottom part of our foot. And why we want to do this is because that fascia that runs along the bottom side of that foot also runs up the back side of the calf and through the ankle. And so if that fascia on the bottom of the foot gets tight, and it's going to get tight from being in our skate all the time, then that can cause a little bit of stiffness in the ankle. So you want to spend 2 minutes per side. I'm only going to do about 30 seconds. Keep this video short. Once you're done your feet, you want to grab your roller. Once you've grabbed your roller, throw it on the ground. We want to get in behind that ankle. Want to go side to side, hitting the tissues around the back side of that ankle. On the travel roller, you can go side to side, which helps kind of pull the skin, pulls the fascia, creates better glide through those layers. And if you need to, you can cross your other leg up on top, lift yourself up. You'll get a little bit more downward pressure. Once you're on the back side, we want to flip over and do the front side. On the front side, you want to get your foot on top. Same thing, rolling inside. You can go through some dorsa, so pulling your toes to your shin, so some dorsiflexion, and some plantar flexion, pushing your toes away from you. Getting onto the side, you can prop yourself up, hitting all the tissues around the ankle, which will help loosen it up and allow us to get into some deeper ranges when we get into the mobility aspect of our next thing. Now that we've rolled the bottom of the foot, we've rolled around the ankle, so we've hit all the tissues surrounding that ankle. We want to slightly elevate our foot up on its side. So I have a plate here. We're going to start to get into some ankle mobility. So we want to get into some ranges, kind of forcing that ankle into positions it's not used to. So now that I have better range, because I rolled my foot and my ankle, I'm gonna drive forward, hang out in this end range position, and then rock back out of it. I can go all the way, kind of knee, outside pinky toe, coming back in. I can go knee, inside, big toe, coming back out. And I wanna spend 2 to 3 seconds in that end range position to really force that ankle into those positions that it's not used to while we're skating. So spend about 5 to 10 reps in each direction. Don't rush the process. And then once you've improved the mobility, then the next step is to add some strength. And we're gonna use the exact same plate or whatever you're elevating your foot onto. The last step in unlocking our ankles is to apply some strength to that new range we have. So first we worked on rolling all the tissues, then we worked on mobility, now we're gonna work on strength. So I don't wanna make this a balance drill. So I have a stick that I'm gonna use to help with my balance. If you have a wall, use a wall in front of you. You're gonna step up onto your plate or whatever you're using for that slight elevation. I have my stick here for balance, and I'm gonna sink my heel down. So I get a little bit of a stretch, and I'm working on that dorsiflexion. And I'm gonna drive all the way up onto my toe, working on that plantar flexion. Coming all the way down, working on dorsiflexion, and then all the way up, working on plantar flexion. If I need to, I can use that opposite foot for help and support. All right, once again, I'm trying to apply some strength to this range. And if I haven't built strength there before, it's gonna be somewhat challenging. So I wanna use something that is gonna help with that balance, and I get to use that other foot as well, because I wanna work on dorsiflexion, so toe to shin, and then work on plantar flexion, toe away. If you can work on those 3 things, you will improve your ankle mobility, which will allow you to be more effective while you're on the ice. You'll also clean up other exercises like your squat and deadlift and lunge patterns, split squats. So spend some time improving the ankle and see how much better everything else becomes.